They didn't email us, they didn't ease us into it. They gathered us into the largest conference room on the floor. Glass walls, dim lighting, HR sitting stiffly like they already knew how this would land. The CFO stood up, cleared his throat, and said the words I'll never forget. Due to ongoing financial uncertainty, we're freezing all salary increases and bonuses until further notice. No raises, no promotions, no timeline, just silence. I looked around the room. People avoided eye contact. Some nodded like they'd expected it. Others stared at the table, doing quiet math, rent, loans, groceries. One guy laughed, not because it was funny, because it was absurd. Then the CFO added, "We're all making sacrifices." That word, sacrifices, stuck with me. Because what they didn't know was that my job gave me access to numbers most people never see. Something didn't add up. I worked in internal analytics, not finance exactly, but close enough to see where data goes when no one thinks to look twice. And for months, things hadn't added up. Projects were getting cut, hiring was frozen, travel budgets were slashed. But revenue wasn't crashing. In fact, some regions were quietly outperforming projections. Still, leadership kept repeating the same script. Uncertain times, tight margins, we have to be careful. So after that meeting, instead of packing up like everyone else, I stayed. Not because I was angry, not yet, because something felt off. The report around 9:30 that night, I opened a quarterly internal report, a file I'd reviewed dozens of times before. But this version was different. Buried deep in the allocation summary was a new line item. No announcement, no email, no discussion. Just 5 words. Executive Innovation Fund. At first, I told myself it was nothing. R&D future planning, some harmless executive initiative. Then I clicked deeper, and my stomach dropped. 7 figures, moved in small, deliberate chunks, quiet, clean, perfectly timed. And the source? Operational budgets, department reserves, funds that had supposedly run dry, the same budgets they used to justify freezing our salaries. Following the trail, I told myself there had to be an explanation. So I followed the money, week by week, transfer by transfer. Every time an employee initiative was canceled, money moved. Every time a bonus pool was reduced, money moved. Every time leadership warned about financial pressure, money moved. Always to the same place, the Executive Innovation Fund. That's when it hit me. This wasn't innovation, it was insulation. What the fund really paid for the fund didn't appear in public reports. It wasn't mentioned in town halls, it never showed up in performance reviews, but internally, it paid for private executive retreats, high-priced consultants, strategic stock maneuvering, and something called discretionary leadership incentives in plain English. While employees were told to tighten their belts, executives were quietly padding theirs. And then I noticed the timing. The largest transfer happened 3 days before the salary freeze announcement. They didn't react to a crisis. They planned one. The moment I stopped sleeping. I didn't sleep that night, because once you see something like that, you can't unsee it. And the real question isn't, is this wrong? It's, what happens if I do something about it? I had a mortgage, a family, a career I'd spent years building. This wasn't a movie. There was no heroic music waiting to kick in, just risk. But then I thought about the room, the guy who laughed, the woman who just had a baby, the team that worked weekends to help the company survive. And I realized something terrifying. If I stayed quiet, I was part of it. Setting the trap, legally. I didn't confront anyone. That would have been stupid. Instead, I documented everything. Every report, every timestamp, every internal reference. Then I went looking for rules, compliance policies, board reporting requirements, disclosure obligations. That's when I found it. Quarterly board meetings required full transparency on discretionary executive funds, but only if someone formally requested a breakdown. No one ever had. Until me. I submitted a request. Not emotional, not dramatic. Just a standard analytics review. Clean, professional, unemotional. They approved it. That approval locked everything in. The boardroom moment. 2 weeks later, executives walked into the board meeting confident. Why wouldn't they be? Employees were quiet. Numbers looked managed. No one had ever challenged them before. Halfway through the meeting, the CFO delivered the same speech. Uncertainty. Sacrifices. Tough decisions. Then the board chair asked one question. Can we review the Executive Innovation Fund allocation? The room changed instantly. I wasn't there physically, but I heard the recording later. There was a pause. Too long. The CFO tried to summarize it away. The chair stopped him. No, line by line. They pulled up the report. The one I prepared. The silence. No one spoke. Millions quietly redirected. Employee compensation frozen. Executives protected. All documented. All technically legal, and deeply unethical. One board member finally said, "So the company isn't struggling. You just chose who would feel it." That was it. No shouting, no chaos, just the sound of trust collapsing. What happened next? Within a month, the fund was dissolved. Salary reviews were reinstated. 2 executives resigned to pursue new opportunities. HR sent an email about realigning company values. No one mentioned why. And my name? It never appeared anywhere. I left 6 months later, on my own terms. The lesson. Here's what I learned. When a company says there's no money, sometimes they mean there's no money for you. The truth isn't always hidden. It's just buried where no one thinks to look. And silence? Silence is the most valuable asset powerful people have, until someone decides not to protect it anymore.